Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Culture of Gaming's Power Up Podcast, episode 130. Damn, we're closing in on the 3-year mark pretty soon. I'm your host, Taylor, and this week I'm, of course, joined by...
Anthony. I'm Anthony. That is me. Hello.
Sorry.
Still early for some of us.
Yes.
I woke up 19 minutes ago, so I'm doing well.
Excellent.
And I'm Andrew.
All right, welcome back, Andrew.
Thank you.
Anyway, we of course have a wonderful show lined up for you all today, but as we usually like to start out every podcast, go over what we've been playing the past week or two. So, Andrew, let's just start with you because you've been gone. What have you been up to?
Yeah, I've been playing the viral sensation of Fall Guys.
Okay, the game of the month.
Yeah, it'll probably. Okay, I'm not to toot my own horn, but I was pretty excited for that game because it's really dumb.
I had never even heard of it until I started seeing a bunch of Twitch streamers just go off about it, and then YouTube pushing recommended videos of the clips and everything.
Right? Yeah. I had been kind of keeping my eye on it because it looks like my kind of dumb fun, the MXC style of just ridiculousness that I needed right now in this weird, kind of somber times.
Mm-hmm.
So I was excited for it, and it's fun. I think I talked about it a couple weeks ago. So I don't need to harp on it too much, but it's silly. It's fun. I'm still enjoying it. I've got a couple wins, like 4 or 5 wins. So it's fun. I like it. It's almost more fun to watch the streamers and stuff play.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
It's also a good game to just chat with your buddies.
Uh-huh.
It's so not serious. So you not. It doesn't matter, right? So you can just talk about whatever. One of you guys dies, it's okay, should we keep going, or do you want to start over? So it's good. It's a fun game. And then I've also dabbled with the early access game called Rogue Legacy 2.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah. So it's super cool. I don't know if you played the first one. It's a rogue-like or whatever. One of those.
Sure.
Rogue is in the title.
Because of course it is.
Yeah. And it's super fun. It's basically Rogue Legacy, the first one, but just more stuff, which is not a bad thing. Yeah. So if you like the first game, I definitely recommend checking it out. But basically, you have a little dude or a girl, and every time you die, you get a new character to pick from, and they have weird traits. You could have vertigo, which will flip the whole game upside down, or you could just have something the one I thought was funny was a diva, and you have a spotlight on you and little sparkles around you as you run around and stuff like that. So a lot of the characters have these little quirks, and those quirks will help you get more money, or sometimes are you jump higher. So sometimes the quirks will give you an advantage, and that's it helps a lot. Or they'll give you a disadvantage, but usually you get more gold if you have a disadvantage. It's you're nearsighted, so everything's just blurry in front of you or far away. However eyes work, I don't know.
Whatever the proper term for that is, yeah.
Yeah, so it's really cool. I'm liking it a lot. I'm just excited for dude, I don't know what it is right now. There's a lot of games out, and I'm just super pumped.
Yeah. I
haven't got to them all yet.
Okay.
Battletoads came out.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
I want to try that. I know.
No.
It actually looks okay.
I need to go call GameStop and ask if they have Battletoads now.
I know, right?
You have Battletoads?
Yeah.
So I downloaded that. I'm gonna throw that on. I downloaded Risk of Rain 2. I gotta finally play that.
I've had that game since it was in early access alpha or whatever. Played a little then, although a lot of my buddies in the Discord server that I'm usually in have been playing it lately.
Yeah, they
Rain's good.
Yeah, they added a final boss. I guess you can actually beat the game.
Yeah, you can actually complete it.
So I think now was a good time for me to jump in.
Sure.
I played a couple rounds of Apex Legends because of the new
why not?
patch.
Yeah, why not?
Dude, it is jumping into that game from nothing is rough, man.
Yeah.
I spent a good half an hour in the training room just shooting to get my aim down.
Come on, did you play it on the best way to get to play the game? Switch?
I know. Is it out on Switch?
It's on Switch.
Oh, maybe I should download it so I can just destroy
Lord,
people.
okay.
You should try it on Switch.
Yeah, maybe I should then.
That's bad.
Is it run bad?
It runs bad, yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. The game's got a lot of colors and stuff. And 100 people is a lot.
Yeah.
However many people it is. But that game's cool. Maybe I will.
That is pretty cool.
There's some people that have still just constantly play that game since it released a year and a half ago. So it's kind of insane. Yeah.
I played a game with someone today who was like level 256
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
and I was
exactly.
like, hopefully this person carries me.
Right. It's like,
And,
person has done like this has been like their main game for the past year and a half or whatever, right?
Yeah. And
I mean, it's still one of the best battle royales out there.
It's one of my favorite battle royale. Like I don't care much for Warzone and everything, but no, Apex doesn't always sound like a bad time, So
it's like the only battle royale I can solo queue in. Like,
yeah.
I can't solo queue in Warzone. I have to play it with like friends.
Because the ping system in Apex is still so good that you can really just like communicate even if the person isn't chatting or whatnot. You can kind of get your message across no matter what.
Exactly. Yeah. I will say I've messed up so bad the first game I played back. I didn't know how to heal.
Oh wow.
I had to heal. So I'm like, what button do I press? I was like yelling to myself and like I was like, oh wait, it's the up button, and I was like holding the up button, not just tapping. It was a mess.
Okay.
Okay. Good job.
I was a bad teammate.
Didn't they add in like a crafting system or something now?
Yeah. So I don't know what I ran into, but like there was like a thing. It looked like a shop, and I said I had like 5 of something, and I spent my $5, my 5 Monopoly bucks to get like a new magazine. I don't know what happened.
Okay.
I don't know how you get that stuff or what.
Yeah. It just kind of happened.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to like look more at it.
Sure.
But I know they like did a lot of tweaks and like added a new gun, and I think that
new
like
gun, eh?
Yeah, there's a new gun, and then now like all the armor is like the one where you have the more damage you do, the higher you get. So even if you get like a plain like common armor,
An Evo shield, yeah.
Yeah, Evo shield. If you kill like a couple people, then all of a sudden it's like purple now or whatever.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool.
So it's like it's nice because you could just frag out, right, and like kill a bunch of people with bad shields, but then you have a good one, so you don't have to loot as much to get like a nice shield.
Sure, that might help with the flow of the game or whatever, because like you wipe out a squad, you're just standing there for like a good minute or so, just going through all 3 crates and sorting through stuff. Yeah.
I still had a hard time because they changed how it works. I think I don't know if this is recent. They changed the UI of like the looting.
Oh yes.
And I was like very looting horribly slow. So
yeah, I don't like it at all. Like so basically they've got like ammo and everything separated from like guns and stuff. So like the top row of like the looting system is now like ammo and such, and you gotta like like move your cursor up, click on it multiple times, select each. It's just kind of annoying in my opinion.
Like I liked it when my eyes could just go vertically down and like I could just click for the fast.
Like bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
Now you kind of have to like scan a little bit to the horizontal way, and it just takes time to get used to, I think. But so yeah, they had a new character who has like a turret. She seems really good. She's got like barriers that you can shoot through.
Okay.
So I don't know. I think I might keep. I've had it installed for a year and a half, so maybe I should just try it out more.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, and I think that's it. Oh, and I do want to play Mortal Shell. I haven't got.
Yeah, that game came out. I saw that.
Yeah. It's like $30 on. If you want to play PC, it's like Epic Store only.
Oh damn. Okay.
But yeah, unfortunately,
I don't know. I still have like Epic on my computer because I've had to review games on the Epic Store. So.
Yeah, I have it too. So I might pick it up on PC. I heard
it's getting better.
Runs really well. Apparently, it like runs at like 60 frames. This game, Mortal Shell, runs at like 60 frames per second at like 144 hertz. It looks great. So if you have the means to like, run this game like really well, apparently it looks amazing.
Okay.
Sure.
And it's like a studio of like 15 people, I guess, is what I've heard.
Okay.
So
nice.
It's like a Dark Souls like if you're unaware of what.
Sure.
So right up my alley then. Yeah, I remember you showing me the trailer for it. I was like, oh, this looks like a gorier Dark Souls almost, But yeah, I'm down with it.
Yeah, I'll have to pick it up and try that out. But it's been a lot of me wanting to try stuff, and I haven't quite got to it yet.
Okay.
Sure.
All right, Anthony, how about yourself? What have you been up to?
I've kind of been playing a bit of everything this week. So I haven't jumped into the new season of Apex yet.
Okay.
But I kind of snuck in before that new season dropped. So been playing a couple of games of that every so often. I've also been playing some Red Dead 2.
Have you playing it on a PC or PS4?
PS4.
Okay.
I wouldn't touch that thing on PC.
Okay.
Is it a bad port?
Initially, it was a pretty bad port. I don't know if they've like
still a bad
improved
port.
it yet or not. Oh, it's still okay.
It's still a bad port.
Okay. Well, welcome to
so-
October 2018. How are you?
All right.
Yeah.
So anyway, been playing some of that. I'm up to,
2018 was a pretty good year. Could go
Okay.
outside whenever you wanted.
Okay, dude.
My PC blew up.
Okay, dude. I know, right?
So was like
Amazing,
1900 or like 1897, whenever RDR2 takes place. You know, you could go outside whenever you wanted there too.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, 19 and something, I think.
Okay.
That's 1911.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was still
Um,
pretty good. Okay.
Still pretty good year.
Yeah.
Pretty good year.
Go outside whenever
so
you wanted. Yeah, it's pretty good.
I'm up to like the second camp. So we've been kicked out of the first camp. So it's like chapter 3 or something I'm up to.
Okay, you're in the south. That's roughly when I stopped playing. That's when
Sure.
we got to the south. Okay.
Even though it's funny how it's like, you know, you're in one part of America and then like you ride 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and you're in a completely different part.
Yeah, the world's
But
super
okay.
duper scaled down.
This seems right. So yeah, but like I'm kind of enjoying that game a bit.
Okay.
I'm enjoying it. I don't have as many gripes as what you had, Taylor. With
Okay.
it. I think they haven't really patched it or anything, but I think it's a pretty decent game so far. It's by no means game of the year worthy. Like God of War smashes it. But yeah, I mean, I'm still enjoying it. And aside from that, I've been trying to play some Flight Sim. Takes me like half an hour to load into the game, like into a level, like into a free flight, whatever it may be.
Mm-hmm.
Usually when you load into that level, it just crashes immediately. I have it set, like I can play any game that's come out this year, last
Yeah.
year, whatever, no problems at all. I have the settings on the lowest I'll go. It still crashes. Okay, it's extremely resource hungry.
Mm-hmm.
It needs like another. It needs to be optimized. It's unoptimized. That's its problem. I feel like.
I don't think it is. I think it's just that technically demanding. So, I just am gonna skip just a little bit so we can talk about this. Of what I've been playing this week, a little bit of Ghost of Tsushima until like Tuesday, and then when Flight Sim came out, it was just it's been straight Flight Sim ever since, literally. But yeah, I'm still working through Ghost of Tsushima. But with Flight Sim, I wasn't even that huge of like a sim junkie or anything like that, but now I'm just hooked, you know? Okay, I had a ton of fun with it. You know, first night when I was playing it or whatever, getting through the download, when I was just all fun and good, it was like messing around. I was streaming on the Discord server, I was just messing around, no idea what I was doing. I was crashing everywhere, but I've slowly been getting the hang of it, you know? So it's like, you know, I started going on longer and longer flights with less and less assistance from the game, so it's pretty fun.
Nice.
Okay, so anyway, it's
Which version did you get? Just to...
okay. So I just got it on a Game Pass, and they
Okay.
give you the like basic version or whatever. I'm not going to toss like a whole lot more money at it until it gets updated just a little bit more and everything. Maybe some of the bugs work out and everything, stuff like that. So, but for $5, I'm very satisfied with the entertainment I've gotten out of it already. So, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, as Anthony said there, it's I don't think it's a lack of optimization. I just think they're really trying to push the hardware boundaries for it. To give you an idea, so they're, you know, how, you know, they're like minimum recommended like specs for games and everything on PC. Well, there's also for Flight Sim, there's ideal specs. And ideal specs are only meant to get you 1080p 30 FPS on ultra settings. Okay, is what this thing roughly punching at. And for ideal specs, you're looking at like a Core i5 8500K processor, a 2080 Ti, which is like the big NVIDIA flagship that's still out right now, stuff like that. Whoa. 32 gigs of RAM, you know, like 200 gigs on a M.2 SSD, ideally. So, yeah, to do just 1080p 30 FPS ultra. So yeah, game is going to. It's literally the next Crisis, you know, the meme. It's like, can it run Crisis? Stuff like that.
Melting PC.
Yeah. Anyway, Anthony, do you want to continue?
I can't play it.
Okay.
Basically, that's where it's at. I can't really touch it. To me, I mean, okay, so I've played probably around 40 minutes of it.
Okay.
Probably the best I've gotten. And it's funny because, like, I jumped into a flight, say in the area where I am. Like I jumped into a flight from our local airport because we're in like a pretty built-up area where I am, right? So Gold Coast Airport, it's in between Brisbane and Sydney.
Yeah.
Basically. So basically, I jumped into a flight from Gold Coast to where we are, but basically to Brisbane. Like I went up there, no problems at all.
Yeah.
Not an issue. Okay. Didn't crash. Did the flight. No worries.
Okay.
I jump in at Sydney, which is basically the same infrastructure as like Brisbane.
Okay.
Right? And like I flew around Brisbane, no problem.
I mean,
at all.
you're the Australian, I don't know.
Crashed immediately.
Oh, wow.
Like Sydney's a tiny bit bigger, but it's like, I mean, with the settings that I've got it at and stuff, like I was just trying to play the game. I don't care what it looks like. I was just trying to play.
Yeah, just trying to play.
So it was like rendering and like loading in the same like amount of chunks as what it was with Brisbane, because like view distance and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Crashed immediately. It doesn't like it.
Interesting.
And apparently there's been like reported like issues of other people who have like the best rig possible. They can't play it.
Okay.
For some reason. They've got no idea why. And Microsoft is basically telling people to uninstall and reinstall a game. And that is so easy to do. Like it's just amazingly simple to do. It's crazy. Basically you get to 3.6 gig, the whole thing crashes, you gotta uninstall, reinstall. I had to do that 6 times to get it working. Wow. It's not, in my opinion, they've rushed it out a bit.
Okay, I would actually agree with that, because like I know I'm just like enthralled with the game right now, but I've experienced my share of bugs. They haven't been crashing bugs, but they've just been like gameplay bugs for the most part. The most issues I had with the game was during the initial install. I couldn't get it. So what happens if you download it from like Steam or the Microsoft Store or whatever? You just get like this little downloading client or whatever, right? So the download from like Steam or the Microsoft Store itself is pretty tiny. And then when you get into the launcher for it, that's when it does the big like 130 gig download of the actual game itself. And then I was having some hard times, like getting that process to start for whatever reason. So I had to uninstall it like once or twice and then get it back to the launcher, and then it started plugging along, and I just left it. Literally didn't touch my PC. I was like, it's good, stop, okay. And eventually it downloaded and I was playing. But yeah, so the thing that I've noticed is like, because Anthony, I've read the same stuff that people, with like really good PCs also be like, yeah, it's still just like crashing, and it's like, what's that usually caused is like there's some sort of instability in their system somewhere. So it's like this game is very, very taxing on a PC of any spec right now, right? And so it's like basically your PC needs to be tuned so that it can run 100% for extended durations of time without crashing, which, some people, if their overclock isn't quite stable at 100% load, that's a common issue. If their RAM overclock or their RAM frequency, the SMP profile isn't quite stable, that can cause it, stuff like that.
Sure.
So yeah, it has to be very, 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 very in tune. A couple of the bugs I've experienced, like playing it. So I've been flying around a lot in a Cessna Citation CJ4, which is like a private jet or whatever, right? And it has autopilot, right? There's a bug with the autopilot where if you do the altitude hold control and everything, you'll just nosedive straight down to the ground. And so that was pretty amusing the first couple times. The first time when I was trying to learn like the autopilot for it and everything, I somehow got the plane to do like a barrel roll through autopilot or something like that. It was pretty insane. Yeah. So
you don't have, so with that autopilot thing, you don't have like, so I think it does it to sea level, not so much to ground level. So depending on how high you are above sea level, if you set it to like 14,000 feet, for instance, and you're already 10,000 feet above sea level, it's going to dive to like 4,000 feet.
Interesting.
So you don't, maybe that's your problem?
I don't know. I've gotten it working just setting it normally and intended before, but it's sometimes finicky like that.
Interesting.
That'd be a point too. But
there's also like, I will say as well, there's also like glitches whereby like a big attraction for Australia, right, is like the Sydney Opera House. That's like a big thing. It's supposed to be in this game, and there's been like previews and stuff for it and whatever. Now you look, basically, there's like planes and stuff that you can land on the water, right?
Yeah.
And you're supposed to be able to look to the left and see the Sydney Harbour Bridge, which is like another great big
landmark. Yeah.
Landmark. It's not there.
Oh, okay.
Weird.
It's not there at all. There's also like buildings out of like large, like for instance, there's supposed to be a massive building on the Gold Coast. It's like it's called something. It's like 360 Sky Tower or something. It's like a massive building with like a restaurant on top of it and whatever.
Sure.
Not there. All the theme parks up here aren't here either. Because we've got like multiple theme parks that you can't fly over. I mean, like you fly out of the area, but there's nothing there. So it's like they're using old map data as well, like 10-year-old map data or something.
It's using Bing Maps, which isn't the most.
Is it actually?
Yeah, no, it actually is using Bing Maps for a lot of the map data, which isn't actually, the most up-to-date maps out there.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But
yeah, I mean, it looks amazing. It really looks amazing. It does.
It's at least since 2013, since being the filthy weeaboo that I am. I flew around Tokyo a little bit, and they have the Tokyo Sky Tree, which was completed in 2013. So it's at least it's at or below 7 years old in terms of map data.
Sure.
But what did you say, Andrew?
Someone brought up in chat flying into people's houses. It's like that accurate. That's how like down to detail that like maps are and stuff.
Yeah, if your house is like old enough and everything, then and it's like it's on Bing Maps or whatever, then yeah, it's like you can actually recognize your house and everything.
That's
it's like
really cool.
Yeah, no, this game is like I can go on a little bit about like the technical marvel that this game actually is, because it is actually a true 1-to-1 scale Earth. Okay, there's the big story right now is like some guys live streamed themselves like doing a flight from New Hampshire to Dubai in like a 737 Dreamliner or something like that, right? It was like a non-stop 16-hour flight that they pulled off on stream or something like that. It's pretty insane.
Okay, and now here I'm gonna so there's like time acceleration, right? Or like how
there can be, yes, but you can or you can just have it as 1-to-1 and everything.
Wow, that's insane.
Yeah,
like the coolest way possible. Wow.
Yeah, and it's like a 1-to-1 Earth scale, which is pretty cool, and it's all using data pipe. What's cool is like you can edit the weather and everything on the fly. Also, so it was just like and the time on the fly also, or you can like when you're doing your pre-flight planning, like I'm going from here to here or whatever, you can set the like time to be a different time than what's live, to be a different weather system, stuff like that, right? So I was flying, I had just from a previous flight, I had it on clear skies and like in the afternoon or whatever. I was flying from like Korea to Tsushima Island or something like that. Okay. And I was just like, I wonder, let's just play with the live weather or whatever. So just while I was still in flight or whatever, I just turned the weather to live weather, okay, and live time. And it's just like pretty instantly, it's like, obviously I heard my CPU just go crazy trying to process everything for a little bit there, same with the GPU. But yeah, it's like, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, it was like a little storm system that I was in or whatever with the live weather. It was pretty seamless and
super neat.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. I was like, oh, I'm going to raise my elevation to fly above the storm now, because I was flying pretty low to take in the scenery.
It's funny, I was watching it wasn't a stream, but it was like a YouTube video of a guy who was like flying around, I think he was flying around England somewhere. Okay. And basically he's like, oh yeah, okay, let's mess with the weather. Let's turn like clouds up to full, storms up to full, hurricane, all this stuff. And it's like, as soon as he did it, his game almost crashed.
Yeah.
Because like there's so much stuff to process, and then like this lightning bolt just like struck the plane like straight away.
Jeez,
it's pretty funny. It's pretty hilarious.
Are you guys just mouse and keyboarding it, or do you have a slight stick? Or
I'm doing a combination of mouse, keyboard, and controller.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like I use the controller for most of the flight control and everything, but then it's just like to do things like engage autopilot and stuff like that or whatever. I have to like switch over into the cockpit view or whatever, because I usually like playing in third person or whatever, just to, really taking the scenery a lot more. And so I'm a huge like geography nerd, which is why I love like just flying around random places. And so it's like use the controller, switch views, and then have to mouse over the knobs and everything in the cockpit to like set stuff like that. And then some of the more like finer plane details like flap control and everything are mapped to the keyboard also. So yeah, it's kind of a mix of both for me.
Yeah. It's very similar to Flight Sim X, like Flight Sim 10.
Okay.
Which like control scheme and everything. Like when Taylor was streaming, I was like trying to help him with, because he was flying around in the 747.
Yeah.
At like
that's a gigantic one, right?
Yes. Yeah.
At like 2,000 feet, and he had auto throttle on full for some reason, and he was like over speeding and over stressing. And I'm like, do this. And
Yeah.
it was basically just like an old control scheme of Flight Simulator 10. And it worked. So a lot of the like keyboard commands and stuff are very similar. I'm actually, well, when I can play it,
Mm-hmm.
I am like playing on like a yoke.
Okay.
So like well, it's not a yoke, it's a flat stick.
Yeah.
Cool.
A yoke is like the steering wheel thing.
Okay.
But like, yeah, it's just like a stick, basically.
There's
Had
like
it for
this
years, still
decently
works.
cheap like flight stick setup from Hodos that's like $100 that people are saying is like a pretty good like entry level for like flight stick stuff. So been thinking
Okay,
about picking
sure.
that up maybe. But yeah.
I've just got a Logitech
Okay.
flat stick. Works fine. It's got all the
Nice.
buttons on it you need.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's been pretty much my week. Has just been playing Flight Simulator. The longest flight I've been on is like 350 miles. The next
Nice.
flight I want to do is like around 500 from Beijing to Seoul, or reverse, maybe Seoul to Beijing. So
Okay.
Are you gonna try to like just like figure out one plane and like stick to that type of plane, or like what? Like I don't
pretty
know. Like,
much,
there's
I've
a
been
lot-
bouncing between like 1 to 2 or whatever,
Okay.
maybe 3 depending on the distance. So it's
Yeah.
yeah, so it's like I'm gonna wait for there to be like a more detailed guide for some of the Boeing like jetliners to come out or whatever, because their craft systems are very, very much more complicated or whatever, right? So this Cessna that I've been flying around quite a bit or whatever is pretty simple in terms of like its flight systems and its autopilot and everything. I think it's like a good like barrier to entry for learning the nuances of an autopilot before working into like a jetliner. So
Sure.
that's been fun. And I mean, it has a fairly limited range, even compared to like the plane in real life and everything. But it's gotten where I've wanted to go so far. So, and it's like, if at very least, if I wanted to take it somewhere past its range in game, I can always just give myself more fuel during the middle of the flight. So,
Or you can do stuff like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
That's-
definitely a way to tune it to be like hardcore sim, real life simulator, but then there's also like ways to like ease the experience into people who don't have a pilot's
cool.
license. So
Got it. Yeah, I've heard you
Yeah.
can like turn off the collision. So
Yeah.
you're just like bouncing off of like
Yeah.
buildings and stuff like that.
yeah,
Yeah. That's like Flight Sim 10 as well, or Flight Simulator X. Like you basically couldn't crash unless you're playing Korea. You
Okay.
basically couldn't crash. Like you just like slam into the ground flat out and have no problems at all. Yeah. What was I going to say? Oh yeah. So depending on like whether you want to see detail or not, like obviously the faster the plane you're in, the harder it is to control at low altitude and stuff. So like usually you just like fly around in like either a twin prop or a single prop plane if you want like detail.
yeah,
Yeah. So I mean, and with the whole map situation as well, like you're probably right. Like it is probably within the last 5 years because the street that we live on
mm-hmm.
is like 3 years old, 4 years old,
Okay,
and that exists in the game.
Oh, okay, cool.
yeah.
So, but like the whole bottom part doesn't. So I think it's like 4 to 5 years old, I believe, the map system.
I'm sure
You
like
had to lock it in at a certain point, right? You know.
yeah, or maybe just like it could theoretically it could be updated with the latest Bing Maps data, but I don't know how often areas get updated when Bing Maps. So yeah,
I think they said before the game released it was like every 60 days or something they were going to update the game,
interesting.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
like map wise. I could
Okay.
be wrong, but it was like every so ever many days they were going to update map data.
Yeah.
So it could, I think it was like 30 or 60 days, I believe.
Okay.
So yeah.
Nice. Let's see what else. Can go on about this. But yeah, game looks like stunning and everything. You know, game is really pretty. Near the ground, it obviously tanks a little bit because like it's going to try and 3D project up from like flat satellite imagery, buildings and everything,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Sure.
And so it's like the game's going to tank when you're closer to the ground. When you're cruising at maybe 10 to 15,000 feet, the game
That's
starts
really nice.
picking up a bit. Yeah, frame rate's just fine. So yeah, there's
Mhm.
that. Yeah, I was gonna say, so it's a lot of the I've been messing around mostly just dual prop and jet planes because a lot of the single prop planes are like somewhat hard to keep up away from the ground and everything because they're just like power starved from what I noticed. So
Yeah.
that's what I've been doing. But I usually do it like based on flight, like distance or whatever. So it's like If it's like 100 miles or so away, I'm probably just into a dual prop plane that's decently fast because, that'll be like a 5-minute flight in the private jet or whatever. But then anything like longer will be the private jet.
Sure.
So,
That makes
anyway.
sense.
Also, with the live weather system, you know how there's like, there's like that tropical system approaching like the Gulf of Mexico or whatever, Andrew, right now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's in the live weather system. So you can go and like fly around that tropical system in the area.
So there's a lot of fires in California. Would that like somehow like come in too? Like would like you see like bad like air like quality and stuff like that? And, like
I think if there was a cloud system generated, theoretically, yes.
Okay.
And the weather like system, I think it uses like AccuWeather or something like that for it, as their weather partner. So if AccuWeather was projecting like a cloud cover due to smoke or whatever, the game would probably pipe in cloud cover or whatever during that area. So
Sure.
Interesting.
But yeah, that would be an interesting thing to check out. Maybe I'll go check it out after the podcast. I'm not sure. Yeah. All right.
That's cool though. I'm glad it seems like what everyone wanted, basically, right?
It's a good foundation. A lot of the very hardcore flight sim people aren't too happy with it right now because a lot of the more like in-depth, detailed features are buggy. Like I was talking about the autopilot and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. A lot of people are happy with it. And I mean, I paid $5 effectively for it right now, so I'm happy with what I got for $5. Yeah.
And you weren't even like a real sim person, so like
no,
that's
exactly.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So anyway, anybody else have anything for the little intro segment here? Spent like 40 minutes talking about.
Not really, no.
Okay. All right. Well, luckily we padded this segment because the news segment is probably going to be decently short. Not a lot has happened. Anyway, so getting some of the housekeeping stuff out of the way, the main site is, of course, cultureofgaming.com. There you can find the latest gaming news, reviews, interviews, opinion pieces, etc., etc. And on the right-hand side sidebar of the main site, you can find a link to our community Discord, which you can find everyone who appears on the podcast, as well as all the rest of the COG staff on that Discord. So you want to chat with them about an article they wrote, or just, kind of talk about gaming or whatever in general, go ahead and hit us up over there. Once again, a link to the community Discord on the right-hand side sidebar of the main site. Facebook, we have 2 Facebook pages. They are facebook.com/ the COD Network and facebook.com/PowerUpPodcast for the main site and podcast respectively, of course. And then Twitter at the COD Network, Instagram at Culture of Gaming, youtube.com/Culture of Gaming, where you can find a video repository of all of the previously recorded podcasts on a 2 to 3 week delay. It's not the most up-to-date thing, but it's fine. Yeah, and then twitch.tv/Culture of Gaming, where every Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you can find the podcast being recorded live on, once again, twitch.tv/Culture of Gaming, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then finally, if you'd like to listen to an audio repository of almost 3 years worth of gaming news, then check us out on wherever you can find podcasts, whether it be Pocket Cast, Podbean, yeah, literally anywhere. Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify. Yeah. So, yeah, hit us up over there. And I think that's everything for the housekeeping stuff. So, jumping right into the gaming news. The first topic was our big topic from last week. And, of course, it's still going to be going on. Last week, to briefly sum up, basically, Epic Games, the developers of Fortnite, intentionally implemented a direct-to-payment system on their Fortnite app, like mobile app or whatever, the mobile game, which circumvents both the Apple App Store as well as Google Play Store app policies and everything for having direct payments. Because usually how it works is that like your payment in an app or whatever gets processed by Apple, which if you're an app developer, you honestly, and not of the scale of Epic, you honestly probably want, because it's such a liability handling payment information for people. And so anyway, yeah, what it does is, like, so say you're buying something for like 99 cents or whatever in whatever game you're playing, right? So that payment goes through on your iPhone. Let's go specific to Apple here. On your iPhone, that payment goes specifically through Apple, okay? As Apple is processing the payment, they take a 30% cut or whatever from the payment amount, and then send the rest to the developer, and the developer then sends you whatever the hell you just bought from them. And so That's the way it's done it. And so by that's what you have to do if you have in-app purchases and everything and want to be on the App Store, which obviously if you're an app developer, you want to be on the Apple App Store. You have to deal with the Apple tax, which is roughly 30% for stuff. And so what Epic did last week was they intentionally pushed an update to their mobile version of Fortnite, which offered cheaper V-Bucks if you were to buy it directly from Epic themselves. This, of course, circumvented, Apple's App Store policy, and within 6 hours, Apple had pulled Fortnite from the App Store, and because that also circumvents Google and their Play Store policy, Fortnite was pulled from the Google Play Store, but that's less of a big deal because on Android you can install apps from whatever. It doesn't have to be the Play Store.
Sideloaded or whatever. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Anyway. So, yeah, their, litigation has been filed and everything, stuff like that, yada, yada. This story is continuing into, well into this week. And here we are with an article from GameSpot that I'm going to chuck into the chat right now, if you'd like to read along or whatever. Apple moves to block Fortnite's temporary return over Epic's, quote, self-inflicted wounds, end quote. Is this different from... Okay, I know Tim Cook did an interview about it where he basically said, Epic essentially just declared war on us at 2 a.m. or something like that. It was kind of rude. So, and only the way Tim Cook can describe things. Anyway, so the article reads, Epic is attempting to bring Fortnite back to the App Store using a temporary restraining order after Apple banned the game earlier this month. Apple promptly responded to Epic's move, asking the judge presiding over the case to block the request, NBC News reports. I should also mention that as retaliation for the lawsuit, Apple is going to be pulling Epic's developer license on Apple stuff. So if Epic has been using Apple's suite of tools or whatever with a developer license, Apple is going to pull it by, I think, August 28th, so in 6 days. So, unless, the court somehow resolves this. Anyway, so the temporary restraining order, if granted, would allow Fortnite to return to the App Store against Apple's wishes, along with its controversial direct payment system, before the lawsuit has even resolved. In a new legal filing, Apple claims that Epic has no basis for a temporary restraining order, accusing Epic of bringing all, quote, alleged injury, end quote, upon itself, citing in particular Epic's belligerent behavior, moves like its hashtag Free Fortnite campaign, and 1984 parody video riffing on an old Macintosh commercial. Apple is essentially telling Epic that you started it. In the legal filing, Apple's lawyer stated the following, that the temporary restraining orders exist to remedy irreparable harm, not easily reparable self-inflicted wounds. The filing continues here. Epic executed a carefully orchestrated, multifaceted campaign, complete with a parody video, merchandise, hashtag, belligerent tweets, and now a pre-packaged temporary restraining order. All the injury Epic claims to itself, game players, and developers could have been avoided if Epic filed its lawsuit without breaching its agreements. All that alleged injury, for which Epic improperly seeks emergency relief, could disappear tomorrow if Epic cured its breach. Apple's lawyers go on to emphasize that Epic can return to the status quo and be welcomed back into the App Store while still having the freedom to pursue its antitrust lawsuit if it agrees to abide by the App Store's terms of service. That is, removing the third-party payment system that would deny Apple its commission from microtransactions. And the article goes on to sum up what I said before the article. I read the article. Anyway, so, yeah, that's currently where we're at.
Nice.
So Andrew, you were gone when this was breaking. Blah. What do you think?
I mean, first of all, these are both gigantic corporations, and I feel no sadness to anybody.
100%. We had this conversation last week about that.
Yeah, so I figured, but just wanted to put that out there. It's weird though, right? Clearly, Epic knew this was going to happen because they had that.
No, they were prepared. They had the ad queued up. They had a 60-page legal document queued up automatically against Apple. So, yeah.
Oh, that's okay. So someone in the chat, Mass 8705.
That's Mike.
Oh, Mike. Thank you, Mike. Literally a corporate person with a giant apple for a head. I saw that, but didn't connect it. There's a person with a suit and a weird apple head face thing.
Yeah, that's the same little character from their parody commercial of the 1984 Apple.
Right.
Yeah, that represents Big Brother Apple sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird. It's like a power move by both people. One did pull the power move, the other one just punched right back. So
right.
I don't I have no idea how this is going to work out. It's kind of interesting. Like,
Yeah.
as someone who doesn't care about, I mean, I have an Apple phone,
Right.
but like they're not going to go out of business.
Right.
Epic ain't, Epic ain't going to go out of business. So like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like a weird, interesting. I could just get the popcorn, right, and like.
Yeah, exactly. Just it's like Godzilla versus like another kaiju,
Like
right?
King Kong, right?
Yeah,
Like,
it's like it's one of those just sledding it out. They're just destroying the city and whatnot in their path, but they're going for it.
in reality, it only hurts the consumer. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it
fortunately, like I'm not a consumer of Fortnite, so
Yeah.
I'm not really affected by it.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess if you were a kid or you had kids who were playing on an iPad,
There's kind of like that moral argument right there, right? Epic is essentially like weaponizing kids against Apple.
I mean, yeah, it's weird. Like, they're weaponizing their whole fan base. Like pre-Fortnite is like a thing.
Right.
I saw, right?
Yeah. It's the big Twitter campaign. Yeah.
It's wild. I can't think of another time two corporations like this large kind of went at it like this. So
Yeah.
Yeah, weird.
Although Apple this past week hit the $2 trillion market cap, so I mean they have plenty of money to spend against Epic. I mean, Epic is a fairly large corporation, but still,
Yeah. Yeah, I think I saw something that was like Apple was worth like 5 Boeings or something. Like it's something weird like that. Like,
yeah,
like 5 same worth like Boeing. It's like worth Boeing
5 times.
5 times.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
There's no real way to like conceptualize how large of a market cap Apple has, because there's no other company in the world with as large of a market cap as Apple. So.
And of course, the Android market's even larger than that too. So, yeah, I mean, not surprised. This will be cool. Not cool. This will be an interesting watch for sure.
It's interesting to see what comes out of it. Best case scenario, Apple is like basically best case scenario, Apple is forced to either allow direct payments through the App Store or whatever, and it's going to be up to developers whether or not they want to go through Apple or figure out their own like payment system or whatever. Which again, if you're just a medium-sized dev, you don't want to handle people's payment information. That's not something you really want to touch ever because of all the liability opens up to you. Or at the very least, maybe Apple is going to be forced to allow people to get apps from other app stores on iOS besides just the Apple App Store. So.
Someone I thought I misheard, but can you download Amazon on your phone anymore, like on Apple? I heard that wasn't a thing.
Like the shopping app for Amazon?
Yeah.
I don't know why you couldn't. Yeah.
Because they use their own separate, like you're getting a payment off like a directly to them instead of going through Apple.
Oh yeah.
I could be wrong. I was listening to a podcast and they mentioned something like that. I don't know if I misheard.
I couldn't tell you. Try it right now. I don't know.
I have it, so like.
Oh, okay.
I use it all the time.
Yeah.
Because it's just easy. All my stuff's saved on there, right? So I can just like pop it in really quick and.
Well, I know like Apple makes deals with especially like large developers and large companies, so I'm sure Amazon talked with Apple quite a bit about it. So
it's still on the Amazon.
It's still on there. Okay. All right.
Amazon shopping. Yeah.
Maybe it's different when it's like fits into like a shopping category or something.
Maybe, yeah.
Because there's a game, like because Fortnite's a game, you have to go through like different processes.
That makes sense, I guess. Like you're buying a virtual, maybe it's like it has to do with like virtual currencies compared to like a customer to business buying.
That's probably it,
yeah.
Interesting.
This is definitely an interesting thing. Like as Andrew said, we've never seen like two companies like this duke it out this much. And like, this is war a little bit. But like, I understand both sides of the coin.
Yeah.
I mean, Epic Games has a lot of money. As does Apple. Epic can like kind of sacrifice 30%. They are kind of like getting a little bit greedy, if you want to think about it that way. But also at the same time, like it's Apple's platform. Yeah. You're downloading a game off Apple's platform. What they say goes.
Yeah.
Game on their
marketplace.
So, yeah, I'm not too sure like why Epic is like going this hard at it. Because like, kind of, why do you expect? Like, of course, this is kind of going to be the way it is. But yeah, I feel like weaponizing children is a little bit too much.
A little bit dodgy. Yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit. Weaponizing your fan base, and it's funny that they've kind of like had all this ready to go as soon as like they've ran into trouble with Apple and like Google as well.
I'm sure they were planning it for a little while, right? Like this stuff doesn't just magically appear, right? They were saying, hey, on this date when we implement this update, we'll plan on, basically fighting Apple to death.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Epic were also those people are like trying to get rid of the 30% cut from Steam or whatever. I don't know what that cut was from Steam.
Yeah.
But so they were kind of on that forefront already. So I guess this is kind of the next move in that motion that they're already been practicing.
Mm-hmm.
They're just lucky enough they can open up their own app on Windows.
Right. Exactly.
Whatever,
Yeah.
They can't really do that for Apple or even Android.
Right. Well, Epic has its own app store.
App store, but
for Android, for Android.
Yeah, their own I don't know what that correct term is, but they created the Epic store because they didn't want to
deal with Steam stuff, yeah, and then they offer developers an even sweeter deal than Steam gets them.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. That's what you mean now. Okay.
Yeah. So I guess it kind of follows suit like what they've been doing on the PC front. Now they're kind of doing it on mobile.
Right.
Sure.
They're trying to liberate from the evil taxing of
this $1 billion corporation is only trying to take money from this $1 trillion corporation.
Right, exactly. It's
seems like a good idea.
Yeah, we're reaching levels of money that haven't quite been. Yeah, it's insane.
That could solve world's hunger for a few days.
But how is little Timmy gonna get his new Fortnite skin on his phone?
He can't. That's why he needs to ask Daddy for an Android. Now
little Timmy's gonna get a new PC.
Yeah.
Yeah, now little Timmy's gonna get a gaming PC.
And then we're gonna destroy him.
Exactly.
And he's gonna have no idea what true power is.
Yeah. Okay. A little bit more of a lighthearted story. So obviously, because you can't download Fortnite from the Apple App Store anymore, right? So unless it was already on your phone, there's no way to get Fortnite on iOS. Well, this is coming to us from Android Authority. iPhones with pre-installed Fortnite are being resold for as high as $10,000 on eBay.
Ooh. I wish I had it installed just for the sake of having it installed.
If you've been following the battle between Epic Games and Apple these past few weeks, you would know that the developer's popular mobile game Fortnite is no longer available to download on iPhones. Apple removed the Battle Royale title from the App Store, citing policy infractions, but those who already had the game installed still have access to the game. Taking advantage of this fact, some people are now selling their older iPhones with Fortnite pre-installed for thousands of dollars. First discovered by Business Insider, a search on eBay with terms like iPhone Fortnite installed or iPhones with Fortnite yields hundreds of iPhone listings with outrageous prices. One particular listing on Apple's iPhone 10 with Fortnite installed has a whopping $10,000 price tag. You can also find more reasonable price stuff for between $2,000 to $6,000.
Reasonable.
Yeah, relatively speaking, right?
Yeah, and then Mike in the chat also said Silent Hill all over again. I have the PT demo installed on my PS4, so maybe I'll just sell that thing when the PS5 comes.
Do you guys remember Flappy Bird?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much this again.
That's true.
Yeah.
Only Flappy Bird was a much worse game with copyright all over it.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, $2,000. That's like the price of an iPhone X.
If you're not,
in Australia.
Well, that's true. But if you're not leasing it or whatever, which most people have to do.
That's the big excuse that people have for iPhones are costing so much nowadays. It's just people just lease it for their carrier, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing that forever.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry I buy my phones outright and I don't pay what Vodafone wants me to pay.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I'd probably pay more in the end, but
yeah.
Just easier.
It's a lot. It costs.
Yeah.
I look. Listen,
you Australian with your flat superiority.
No, I just buy Chinese crap. Okay.
Your interest-free superiority.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. I don't buy like $700 phones.
Okay.
I'm not that into phones to pay $700 on a phone.
If I had to pay that much for an iPhone, I would probably have a flip phone still, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
at once, at least.
Mhm.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, the Apple versus Fortnite saga is continuing. We'll probably have an update. And so I mentioned briefly the whole like developer license thing that Apple threatened to pull. So we'll see. That'll resolve probably within the next week or so. Probably next podcast. Try to find an article that talks about how that thing happened. Anyway, so
They don't.
what's
they
up?
They don't develop any other stuff though, really, right? That's lately. Like
They
I
got
know
Fortnite,
Epic,
Unreal Engine.
but like for Apple, like.
No,
Fortnite's
so
like
the
really-
developer license is like, so say it's like Epic uses Apple's like suite of software or whatever to develop things, which would be common and not unheard of and whatnot. Then Apple, they probably have a special developer license deal with Apple because, you know, discount bulk pricing for like software or whatever, right? And so Apple, as part of the lawsuit, has threatened to pull the developer license of Epic, which would mean they couldn't use the Apple suites.
Right,
So,
right. Okay.
yeah.
Got it.
So yeah, and that deadline Apple gave them was on like August 28th, I think I remember reading, maybe the 29th. So we'll see how that resolves next week. Okay. So anyway, moving along, let's talk about some games again, as opposed to you know, Godzilla Apple versus King Kong Epic. I don't know. So any COD fans to chat? You know, Call of Duty, everyone's favorite first-person shooter, right?
Yeah.
Well, the official Treyarch Twitter has teased hashtag Black Ops Cold War, which appears to be the title of 2020 Call of Duty, for an official reveal on August 26th, 2020.
And they dropped a trailer.
Yeah, a little teaser trailer here. Yeah, let me link to the tweet here so you can go ahead and see it. Hold on.
That is one very loud cat.
That is one incredibly massive link. I am sorry for that. That has a redirect from GameSpot reference URL in it. Sorry about that. Anyway.
About as long as the title of the new game, anyway.
Yeah, I know. I swear to God, we've played Black Ops Cold War before, and it was called Black Ops 1.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay.
But this one looks like they're going a little more like modern. No, I guess the other one was modern-ish too, but I don't know. It loolooks interesting. They have like the half of the faces, the Russian side, the American side.
Yeah.
I don't know if they actually can do some cool
Looks like fun.
stuff with it. Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe it's like, I don't know, maybe it won't be like a cop-out, or I don't want to say it'll be a cop-out. Maybe it won't be like literally put in the 70s, but maybe it will just be like maybe 5 years into the future into like a massive like say the Cold War reignited or never. Maybe
Sure,
it's
like a
alternate history
new...
sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'd get on board with that. Just like a fake Cold War.
Yeah, because I'm looking at like the American guy's helmet, and it looks kind of modern-ish. Like I don't think they had like the little the Kevlar wrapping around helmets during Vietnam. So, but I don't know. I don't know what I could be on
Yeah,
about.
I don't know.
So.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be cool. I'm more interested in how to see what they do. Like I mentioned, I don't play a lot of Warzone without like friends, but like what they do if they like separate battle royale, do they integrate it into the new one? I'm just interested in how they if they mesh their products together or what's going on.
Yeah.
Interesting.
This is what will happen in the United States if you
that
allow
kind of thing.
all this
He's
schmucks.
purring very loudly.
Yeah.
Based on the teaser trailer, which I'll link to the chat in a much shorter URL. Also, I don't know if you guys have ever seen like that video of like that former KGB agent or whatever talking about how like the KGB would go in and subvert countries and like undermine countries and everything, stuff like that, and like undermine the society. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that video, but they have that playing in the trailer. I was aware of this video before they used it in the trailer, and so it's kind of interesting. So maybe like a core theme of the game is like trying to root out commies, trying to undermine America or something like that. You know, trying to
Possibly.
yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to see.
I do like Call of Duty.
I don't know. It really depends on how they. It depends on how they like do this. Really, like they've got to kind of like spice it up more than Black Ops 1.
Mm-hmm.
They got to bring something unique, and they got to be careful. Like, I mean, it's a Black Ops game at the end of the day.
Right.
So I wonder if they're going to try and cross it over with what's his fate? Who's the guy?
Well, Black Ops went off the rails.
Yeah, like I was about to say, it's like I hope whatever happens, it's not as crazy as Black Ops 3.
Yeah, Black Ops 3 was bad.
Yeah.
Black
like-
Ops 1 was decent though.
Black Ops 1 and 2 were really good, I think, and then 3 was like story-wise terrible.
Yeah.
And then 4 was just multiplayer, I believe.
Yeah, it was.
So
I think there was like story to the zombies or whatever in 4, but other than that, there was no single player campaign in 4.
sure, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I never got into zombie stuff,
Yeah.
but
Hmm.
but yeah, I mean, if they could, the last story was okay. It was pretty solid.
Mhm.
So if they do something similar, I'm into it. If they have the same like feeling of like weapons,
Yeah, they use
that'll
Infinity
be
Ward's weapon
cool.
tech. That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
I know like the mounting thing is like kind of cool.
Yeah,
Mhm.
mounting's really cool.
Maybe if they keep that or have another slightly like a mechanic that's not similar, but like a mechanic that's like tiny like mounting, but adds a lot to it to the game.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't know. Call of Duty's been great this last year, so I'm hopeful that this one is good too.
Yeah, I was playing Modern Warfare a lot until like Warzone brought like an influx of cheaters across all modes. So
Yeah, I still pop in, like for a couple games here and there when I just want to, kill a couple 10 minutes, 15 minutes of time shooting stuff.
Maybe we'll get an anti-cheat. Like a proper one. But like with regards to the whole battle royale situation, I feel like they'll probably just add like I reckon they'll keep Warzone around just because of the way it's going and like the seasons and stuff that they're doing with it.
yeah, we
I
talked
feel
a
like
couple weeks ago how it's like, oh, this COD will have like tight integration with Warzone or something like that, So
What if they just add a new map?
that'd be cool.
Like you have the Verdansk, which is like the modern one, and then you have a whatever you want to call it, and it's the other map, and that's got the more Cold War vibe to it.
What's interesting is that if you look in the trailer that Treyarch posted and whatnot, it was like Verdansk August 26th or something like that, So maybe, maybe
maybe it's all linked. Well, yeah, that's what I was saying last week. Like they could do like a time event or something, and people go back in time to like the Cold War.
Mm-hmm.
You got like Cold War tech and stuff for the duration that like Black Ops Cold War's around.
Yeah.
Like that'd be cool. I'm sure people would still play that, and like you could kind of jump between both if you wanted to. That'd be pretty easy to do.
The only thing you're gonna run into is like the gun issue. Like you setting up like already right now you set up like and you can't have multiplayer classes versus like
Warzone
classes.
Yeah.
So you have to like dedicate half of your classes to Warzone if you're playing it.
God,
right?
That's horrible.
It's so obnoxious because like, I want.
God,
Yeah.
So it's like I remember at launch the game only had 5 class slots, and then like
Yes.
after a couple months, Infinity Ward added the extra 5, but now I have to take away 5 again to do like Warzone classes. Are you kidding me?
Unless you have one class you want to always use, but that gets boring, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah, it's like I felt somewhat limited by like 10 or whatever, right? I enjoyed
Yeah.
using a lot of the weapons, even on 10 in multiplayer.
I think you might be able to save like a weapon so you could like kind of easily.
Okay,
but
save
it's
like a
still
configuration.
it's
Yeah.
still kind of annoying. Like I just want to have 25 classes.
Of course. Maybe they'll add that in. Maybe they'll add like
I hope so.
separation between like what is it, Cold War and like Modern Warfare, perhaps.
Okay.
I mean, the whole classing system in Modern Warfare is kind of insane, in my opinion. Like, it's just weird. I think how you can like buy a loadout is just, I don't know. I find it strange.
Okay.
I think it's cool. I mean, it's better than like starting with the loadout, and having your crazy strong weapons right off the jump. Because then everyone would just be melting each other instantly, and there's none of that battle royale feel in the beginning where like I have a really bad gun, and if I survive with it, I feel good about myself.
That's kind of what I like about Apex. Like, everything is decent apart from the Mozambique. Like, everything's decent.
Yeah.
And like, you've got a chance with everything. Like, even the pistol and stuff like the P2020.
Sure.
Whereas in Warzone, it's very like you can get a assault rifle or something, and it's just absolute crap.
Or you get like a sniper without a scope, you're like, great.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's not gonna go well for me.
Yeah.
No. After playing Apex, it's cool they have very small, not that small amount of guns, but they're a good, not too many guns that like you're gonna get confused what's what. Oh, I know this gun. It works like this. You know.
Sure.
Whereas like Call of Duty, you're like, oh my god, there's like 2 dozen guns, and just.
So the M4, what is it? The M4 melts or something? The
M4 Grow's crazy good. They've nerfed the Bruin, which was like.
Oh yeah, that was like one shot, one kill.
It was like a light machine gun that just like destroyed people at like distance, and you could get like a pretty good movement speed out of it. But they nerfed the damage range on it recently.
Sure.
What sucks is when you grind to unlock those guns, and they nerf that like
I know, right?
months later. It's
so
just
good. What was that sniper rifle that was completely broken? Like legit shoot people through walls and would like kill them straight away.
I'm not sure. I don't remember there being a sniper that was broken.
I saw Tim using it, like Tim the Chat Man. He was using it for a bit.
There was one that had like explosive rounds. That was like kind of weird. The super broken thing recently was there was a shotgun attachment that was like an underbarrel shotgun, so you could take like it was called like the FAMAS or the FN whatever, and you would put this barrel, a shotgun barrel underneath, and you could one-shot people with full armor from like 15 to like 30 meters away. It was disgusting. I'm so glad I didn't play with it like during the like nonsense of it. It's just
nice.
It was gross. Like they didn't like nerf. They like forgot to like turn off the fall off damage or something. I have no idea what the technical aspect, but it was you could shotgun people from 20 meters away and they would die literally instantly. And I got some entertainment out of watching people play with that gun because just hearing the like, I love the what is it called? Like the proximity chat when you kill somebody.
Yeah.
So just somebody be like, what?
Yeah, just person just screaming because they got killed. Yeah.
Just hear the controller fly across.
Just hear a thud. Oh.
And like it's the perfect time because it cuts people off. So if they're like you, and it just cuts them off. Like yes, I love it.
Let the rage flow through you.
Taylor, this is like kind of a dig at you.
Okay.
You know, you guys are always like, oh, you know, there's no meter prints on the moon. It's funny how in like war and stuff they use kilometers, meters, all that. Like America uses them.
Yeah.
Everybody uses them.
Yeah, because we have to compensate for all of you guys.
Oh, whatever. Imperial system, you know.
Yep. All right. Let's stay tuned. 4 days. So what is that, like Tuesday? Till the COD gets revealed, August 26th. I think that's Tuesday.
Tuesday or Wednesday?
It's Wednesday. Okay. Yeah, it's Wednesday. Yeah. So, well. So that game isn't like fully announced yet, but what game did get announced today is Gotham Knights. Arkham Knights? No, Gotham Knights. Okay.
Gotham Knights.
Gotham Knights. Okay. Wow, I don't care. So Anthony, do this topic.
I actually didn't see the trailer for it.
Neither did I.
Yeah.
So I watched a bit of the trailer.
Okay.
Good job.
Okay.
Or most of it. Basically, what it is, it looks like it's in a. I think they've cleared it up. It's in a new universe, not like the Arkham Universe.
Okay.
And this is not spoilers, but Bruce Wayne is dead or appears to be dead.
Wow. Cool.
Yeah. So you get to play as like Robin, Nightwing, Red Hood, or Batgirl.
Okay.
And it's like a co-op style one of those games. So like an online co-op, like working together. Everyone kind of has different. It seems similar to like this Avengers game, like in the sense that like it's a co-op, multiplayer superhero game. But I think they're taking more of like a traditional approach with Batman, with like a Batman style combat and like more gadgets and all that stuff. But I don't think it's a loot based or anything.
Yeah.
But it looks fine. This is from WB Montreal.
Okay.
The people who did the Origin,
Arkham
Origins, not the trilogy, but Arkham Origins.
Okay.
So
That's
I don't.
bad.
Yeah, it wasn't the best one of those games.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't bad, but it
Arkham
was
Knight
not...
wasn't a great game either. Like,
yeah. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, Arkham Knight was good, but it was just like not optimal. It wasn't good on PC.
I feel like those games ran their course.
Yeah.
You know, a little bit. After City, it kind of didn't really innovate as much as.
Yeah, I remember Arkham City was like huge.
Yeah.
When it came out. So I mean, are we past the point of just having singular superhero games? Like, we can't just get like a Thor game, or whatever. We have to have an Avengers game. We can't get a like Slade game or whatever. We have to get Suicide Squad. We can't get you know, a Batman game. We have to get Arkham Knight or Gotham Knights.
Gotham Knights, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, people are they want co-op, right? Like, that's
Sure.
just what's big right now is multiplayer, right? Like, especially cross-platform and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess kind of jumping on that games as a service thing is the easy way to do. I mean, it's easy to do, too. Not easy, but like it makes so much sense. Like, these people fight together. Why not make a game where they fight together? You know?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
So it makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
So this links in with the movies. Funnily enough, apparently, according to something I read.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So basically, they're saying that you should like watch Justice League and then watch.
I'm not doing that. I'm never watching that.
What is it? Death of the Justice League or something? Like,
I thought it was just Justice League.
So
No,
there's a new one coming out, and it's like Kill the Justice League or something.
that's a game. That's a Suicide Squad game.
Oh.
I think it's like it's like Suicide Squad kills the Justice League or something like that. I think.
So it's another. Characters.
They put out a lot of gameplay too of like Batgirl and stuff. So if you do want to look at it, that is available to look at, like actual gameplay and stuff. This was at today. It happened at this. What is it called? DC
Fandom.
Fandom. Thank you. Yeah, DC Fandom.
Kill the Justice League. What is this?
I'm pretty sure that's the Suicide Squad game. I could be wrong.
This is from Kill the Justice League reviewed today during 10 panel. Okay, it is a game. Okay, so these games are linked. That's
okay. Interesting.
Because I was saying, like, I can't remember who it was saying it, but I was reading this before the podcast. I just saw it like on N4G or something, and they were basically giving you a way to play the games in a sense. Like, you should play them in this order.
Oh, I see.
This is how it's going to look, and this is basically what it's going to give you, and blah blah blah. So it's kind of interesting that they're deciding to go that approach. How far out? I hate how it does that. Like, drops down before you can click on the thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, this looks interesting. I was a fan of the Arkham games.
Okay.
I actually really liked. I enjoyed Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, and I also enjoyed Arkham Origins, but it wasn't that good.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't officially part of the trilogy.
Right. Yeah, that's the one.
But yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see what they're gonna do. I enjoy Batman games. Like, don't get me wrong, they're very like the original, like Arkham Asylum and Arkham City were really good.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, I think Arkham City got Game of the Year. I think Arkham Asylum got Game of the Year as well. So they were both definitely decent games.
Yeah.
Everyone the next big thing. Yeah. Mike in the chat talking about games as a service, and like, yes, people not.
It's like a trigger word right now. Yeah, it's like a trigger word. Oh God.
But I don't know. It looks interesting. I think you could easily run into problems. They look like they play differently enough from each other. But like, if I'm playing as Robin, is he play the same way basically as Nightwing, but just looks, kind of like how I don't like Ghost of Tsushima's combat, where it's like you switch a stance and it's basically the same thing with different animations, right? Like,
yeah.
So if they can avoid that and make the characters feel different, that would be huge. And like, it kind of looks like it. Like, what's his name? Like, Red Hood isn't gliding around. Like, he was like teleporting or something. Like. So like, if they they can do a good job, I'm sure. But like, they just have to make sure it's not copy paste of
of course.
Because otherwise, then it's like, what what's the
Well, I mean-
incentive to play as
That was
you know,
Robin
Batwoman?
teleporting. Fascinating.
Yeah.
How the hell are you
Oh, that was
teleporting
Robin
in the
teleporting?
Batman universe? Like, what? I didn't
Yeah, I
play
don't know.
Night, but like the Arkham games were somewhat grounded in the sense of
Yeah,
there was no like magical spooky BS going on.
I think teleportation was in Injustice.
Oh, okay.
I think.
I don't know.
Teleport.
It's like if someone I understand, this is Tim Drake's Robin, so it's
Okay.
Oh no.
which some people like, some people like Anthony don't like.
Okay.
That's not good. But like obviously Batgirl's gonna play very similarly to Batman.
Most likely, yeah.
Good.
like-
Okay.
Going to have Catgirl in this as well, according to
Ara. Okay.
Ara Sayonara.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers Montreal's game teaser has been solved and it suggests Batgirl will take Batgirl will take center stage, not Catgirl. Catwoman. Whoever it is, I don't know.
Cat girl.
I don't know. What's her name?
Batman Arkham anime. Yeah.
Gosh.
All right. I don't know. I'm just like completely. I would not trust this game at all. Arkham Knight was a total shit show when it released on PC in 2015. That they literally had to unrelease the game from Steam and like fix it for 2 months and then re-release it back onto the Steam store. Just Valve, I should say, made them yank the game off because they were pulling a broken, like they were doing a broken product. And this is that game is the sole reason why we have the modern Steam refund policy, where it's pretty much automatic. No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, wow.
Steam completely changed their refund policy and automated it after.
I feel like WB
Active
games in
Arc-
general
I-
had a lot of bad ports to PC.
They had that. They
Okay.
made that really shitty port of Mad Max back in the day too.
Oh yeah, and I think one of the Mortal Kombats was not good
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
I think Shadow of War
When it launched.
it was like Mortal Kombat 10, I think, the one that
I
came out
think
in
it
like
was
2015.
X.
X,
Yeah, I went X. Yeah.
Okay, so what is the problem with Catgirl if it's Batgirl?
I just think it's
It's-
funny.
it's-
It's like a combination of two of the different characters, like
Yeah.
Catgirl, Catwoman.
Yeah.
and-
There's
It's funny.
Catwoman, who is her own character. There's Batgirl, who is her own character, and then there's Catgirl, which is like this anime thing, you know?
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, that's why I was doing
doing
such a kick out of it. It's like just a random Catgirl going around, you know? All right.
I was just like, if it's Batgirl, what's so bad about Catgirl?
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Anyway, so last thing about this: are y'all excited for this or no?
I mean, there's a lot of gameplay out there, so I'd have to look at it.
Okay.
But I don't know.
Oh,
Probably
what?
Hmm.
Wait, there's another Batman game coming as well. Oh, no, sorry, it's the same thing.
Okay.
Same thing.
All right.
It's
So,
co-op though, so maybe it'd be a cool co-op game if if some friends are into the DC universe, you want to beat some stuff up. Could be
Yeah.
cool.
If Batman's dead, why would you call it Batman Gotham Knights?
Because I mean, come on,
Batman universe, and Batman will sell stuff.
Also,
And
if
Batman is allegedly dead.
he's not dead.
Yeah, allegedly.
They showed off the Court of Owls, which apparently seems like a cool like villain like thing.
Mm-hmm.
I would not be surprised if like somehow Bruce Wayne is like in charge of like the Court of Owls or something weird at the end of the day, at the end of the game or something. So.
They aren't calling it Batman the Gotham Knights, just Gotham Knights. Oh, okay.
Oh really? Okay. Because this article VIGN Batman : Ark. Oh no, just kidding. You are correct.
Okay.
It's just Gotham Knights.
Well, they call it, like, this article I'm looking at, they call it Batman Gotham Knights, but...
Nobody knows what the hell is going on. I love it. Okay.
Yeah, this is, like, Batgirl's gameplay is very similar to Batman out of, like, Arkham, the Arkham games. Like, this is incredibly similar.
Okay.
Yeah, it's open world. So they showed off some Mr. Freeze stuff.
Nice.
So if you're into bad one-liners about Frozen stuff, excited.
It's like,
And a dead wife, then yeah.
Oh man, Arnold Schwarzenegger's Mr. Freeze is so
Never
good.
forget. Never forget.
That is such a good.
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
so
the
this...
gameplay was
Oh,
good.
go ahead. Okay.
Gameplay was good.
Okay.
I'm kind of excited, to be honest. Like, we'll see how it goes.
I'm just so over the whole superhero thing.
I think I'm with you.
Yeah.
I mean, look,
Like,
you can't...
American
can't
popular culture has been nothing but like Marvel and like superhero Avengers stuff since like 2012 when that first movie came out. So
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, outside of the whole superhero-esque thing, the Arkham games were good.
Okay.
Yeah.
If this is similar to Arkham, then it'll be a good game.
And you have to give credit to like Arkham being like the first good superhero game in like a long time. Like Arkham Asylum came out, and people were like, oh, licensed games and superhero games can be good.
Yeah.
Damn.
Obviously, more have come out that are good, but
Yeah.
2010 or whatever when that game came out,
Eons
Avengers
ago.
was
Quite
unheard
frankly.
of. Right?
Yeah, eons ago.
Yeah.
All right.
This is gonna like kill Avengers, like seriously.
Think so? Okay.
Avengers gameplay looks disgusting.
Okay.
And
What
its
is
play disgusting.
what is weird is that this already has more gameplay than the Suicide Squad game, which is like I thought was announced before.
It was announced like last week or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So weird that they're showing off more about this game, which is unheard of until like not unheard of, but like
Oh, Suicide Squad is going to be showing off in like 25 minutes. Oh, okay.
Okay. Well,
Got
there you
it.
go. We can
Okay.
talk about it next week.
Yeah. Damn, just missed the podcast. Shoom. Okay.
Oh well, we'll see then. I guess that one sounds more exciting to me
Okay.
than this game.
Oh yeah, okay.
So there's like, okay, cool, interesting.
All right, so this Nets article, I promise it's not from The Onion. It is from gamesindustry.biz, okay? Headline reads, Burger King's ad agency frustrates Twitch streamers with, quote, predatory stunt. The ad company Oddlivy uses the text-to-speech chatbots to deliver ads during live streams for $5 or less. A New York-based ad agency has come under fire for using Twitch donations to deliver ads during broadcasts for trivial sums. One of the teams at Oddlivy, okay, sent donations of $5 or less to streamers that use a text-to-speech bot to deliver viewer messages through donations. While this setup is usually used by gamers who want to deliver a personal message for a small fee, the agency used it to promote various Burger King offers with slogans automatically read out over the live stream. The agency compiled a video of various streamer reactions and shared via Twitter. Each streamer displays confusion and or frustration, with one stating, "Listen, are you going to sponsor me or not?" The streamers do later thank Burger King for the $5 donation, but several others have since expressed frustration over the misuse of the donation system. Streamer Ben Carnage Castle tweeted to Oddlivy, "This is exceptionally low class, taking advantage of a system meant to support those streamers, utilizing it for big name companies that could easily afford to do it properly, and then bragging about it. Predatory marketing. Cool." Twitch partner Ann Munition says this happens in her streams on an almost monthly basis. She says, quote, "I really despise when companies take advantage of my live content in order to push their ads without clearing it with me first or offering what I should be paid for the marketing, which is more than $5, I'm pretty sure," end quote. And that's the article. So yeah, basically Burger King's ad agency is just paying $5 to high viewership Twitch streamers and reading off Burger King promos.
So this Ogilvy, they're not the people who did that, right?
No, they are.
They are? So,
Yeah.
so they're...
Yeah.
What?
Ogilvy
So,
is the ad agency.
and they're kind of like low-key bragging about it, but also like I'm watching a video that's on this Kotaku article. They're blurring out and changing the voice of these streamers.
Oh,
So
interesting.
they're not even giving the streamer like more credit than like they're not giving their credit almost.
That says they all have permission to use their likeness as an advertisement. Yeah.
Exactly. It goes even further.
That's like,
Oh my god, this is like legal blurred line to the max here. Like zero anti-aliasing on this line. It is so jaggy and blurred that anyway.
we make brands matter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, not only are they like basically not getting free advertisement, but like, if you go to Annie Mushin, I can't say her name, but Annie Mushin's
Yeah.
her stream, she's a pretty decent sized streamer, I'm pretty sure. Heard
Okay.
before. She does like first person shooters and stuff. Like if that ad goes out to a couple thousand people for $5, like yeah, that's not okay.
Right, yeah. But
I
yeah,
mean,
that's
like-
literally what's happening. It's like they're abusing the
I
text to
guess-
speech.
I guess it's like guerrilla advertising, but only
That's so
This
weird.
is
just like Yeah, it's totally legal, and but it's just like scummy, right?
Is
like
it
that,
legal?
right?
I'm not sure. What?
Yeah, it will. It'll be. It's. I mean,
Should be legal. I mean, like they're donating. They could donate. I could donate to our stream or whatever,
Yeah, sure,
and
and do
not
whatever message,
technically
right?
be affiliated with Burger King, but say something like buy
Positive
Burger
towards
King.
Burger King, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know.
You know, to donate to like PewDiePie or whatever, and be like, oh, McDonald's like 2-for-1 special or whatever,
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you could.
And that's like 100,000 people saying that for like
But then,
$2.
like,
Yeah.
kind of using their content to market as well, like taking the streamers' reactions and stuff and putting it into like a compilation video. I feel like that's the dirty side of things.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They can do that because like streams come under different like copyright laws and stuff. You can basically use anybody's stream footage without a problem. Basically, like if Twitch is not nasty.
And like it's different because the text to speech is going to read it. So if you write like a copy,
Yeah.
Otherwise, I could see it. I see some donation come up on the stream, and it says something about it's Arby's slogan, and I'm just like, I'm not reading that. I'll be like, hey, thanks for your $5.
I'm not reading that though, but yeah.
I'll be like, Arby's is. I don't eat Arby's. Sorry, dude.
Yeah, but so many streamers have like the text to speech bot to automate it, so they just listen to what the donation messages are while they're playing the game. So
they probably do the donation so then short enough so then you don't mute it.
Yeah, because I know you can skip them, right?
Okay,
But it takes coordination and knowing what's coming to do that, right?
Yeah, exactly. Just be ready for it. Just like if a streamer just have like finger on the mute button.
Yeah, or like
It's like as soon as I hear burger, mute.
Have a hotkey that's just like skip that donation, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I guess if you have text to speech on, you probably should kind of be ready just in case someone says something vile anyway.
Right, exactly.
Because I don't know how. Well, maybe text to speech like already pre-filters that stuff anyway.
Depending on the so it's like I think Streamlabs has their own text to speech bot, and it has a pretty good filter to it. No, okay.
There's been some stuff that's like come up on like quite a few streams that's been very, very interesting. Put it that way. It's like not filtered at all.
You can also add your own words. Your own
like you
words.
can blacklist words and such. But a lot of streamers, like big streamers and stuff, just don't care. Like, it is what it is. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, if it happens, they have to apologize and
It's just like, okay, dude. All
ban
right.
that person from donating or whatever. So.
Yeah.
It's wild.
I'm honestly surprised it took. I don't know how long has Twitch been around? Like 8 years, 7 years at this point. I'm honestly surprised it took like 7 years to for this to happen.
It's I guess it could be there could be some some illegal stuff because you would have to go through Twitch, right, to like advertise technically. Because you're cutting Twitch.
So it's like for there to be unless you're doing like a personal sponsorship deal with a streamer or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Under their personal brand. If you were to want to roll ads on Twitch or whatever, you would have to apply for Twitch's partner program as an advertiser and whatnot so that your ads can be used. Yeah. On Twitch partners who will roll advertisements like pre-stream ads, stuff like that. So
Sure.
Yeah.
Good
Weird.
Lord.
So who feels like some Burger King? 2-for-1 chicken fries special.
Chicken fries. I went to a wrestling match, underground wrestling matches.
Okay.
And there was this guy who would pour chicken fries on the ground and suplex people in chicken fries.
Seems boring.
Jesus.
It was
Okay.
fantastic. Get chicken fries chance.
Okay, dude. That's just called chicken salt over here. You just get normal fries and put chicken salt on them.
No, it's just like a deep fried chicken, but in a stick.
They're like chicken tenders or like chicken strips, but in more of a fry form factor. They're more circular.
You can just have normal chips, fries. We call them chips. Put chicken salt. You good?
Oh,
that's
God.
good too.
Okay.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Chicken salt's not a thing there, is it?
No, it is.
Not really.
Flavored.
Is it?
Flavored seasoned salt. That's this is a thing. Yeah.
I mean,
Like Laurie's? Is that like?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
okay.
It's like, have you ever been to Red Robin?
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Got it.
It's a very Australian thing. It was made here, chicken salt.
Okay.
They just call it like seasoning stuff, salt.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah, seasoning salt. Yeah.
Like chicken seasoning or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, here it's just like pure MSG,
Oh.
and like you'll have a heart attack after eating it.
Hey, you know what? MSG's not that bad. All right.
Yeah.
It's good for you.
Exactly.
Tears in
Yeah.
your chest. Tears in your chest. Come
Just
on.
ask Panda Express.
I swear I was at a restaurant, someone asked if MSG in it, and I died laughing.
That's such like an old thing. Like,
Yeah,
oh, does food have a machine in it? It's like early to mid 2000s scare right there.
Yeah, it's like a scale. Like those, yeah, MSG was a bad word.
Yeah, like the Chinese restaurants, you know, all
Yeah.
MSG. Yeah.
MSG.
So they give you Tom Puss, put some MSG in it.
I don't know what that is. Are you cursing
That's
at me? What's
cat.
happening?
It's a cat.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, well, like that's a legit story. That
That stereotype exists even in Australia. Fascinating. Okay.
I mean, it happened to us, so
Oh.
it's
Okay.
a bit more than the stereotype did, just a little bit.
Okay. Okay.
Anyway,
What were we? Oh yeah, Burger King donating to. Okay.
if Burger King wants to sponsor us,
That's one
officially,
thing,
then
but-
maybe we but
Yeah, we'll talk about how much we love the chicken fries and how for lunch earlier today, you know, had a Whopper.
an impossible one.
Oh yeah, I've yet to try anything that has Impossible to it.
I have. It's
Okay.
fine.
Is it okay?
It just tastes like normal.
Is it?
meat.
What's its texture like?
I think it's just like ground meat. I mean, I've only had the ground meat versions, I assume. So like, it's fine.
Like you can't get an Impossible steak. That doesn't exist.
No, right? I don't think.
I don't believe.
No.
You can only buy like Impossible meat like in mince form.
Yeah.
So like
I
from
never-
supermarkets and stuff.
I never bought it though. Like, I've never bought a pack of like Impossible patties or whatever. Just because I'll just buy turkey or chicken, ground chicken, and it's like
Yeah.
it's probably better for you, honestly.
I don't see like what's so bad about red meat.
I don't know. I don't eat red meat anymore, just because like I had like, I was just like not feeling great after eating it.
Oh okay.
So I was just like, okay, I guess just cut out of my diet. 'Cause,
I eat red meat all the time. I ate a medium rare burger yesterday.
yeah,
For dinner.
like I used to eat
Yeah.
it all the time, but
Yeah.
then it was just like I got a little older, and I was like, my stomach's good.
Okay.
So
It's like feed the man meat. Come on now. No.
yeah,
Right.
Legit
Oh,
slogan
chicken's
here
good for
every
you.
time.
Salmon's good for you too. You know.
Definitely.
So
Gives you what you need.
salmon's really
Yeah.
good. Oh man. All right. Anyway, moving on. I'm getting way too hungry here. I need dinner
Yeah,
like
I
right
know,
after this now.
I'll
Damn.
grill up a steak for my girlfriend actually.
Okay. Nice. Okay.
Okay.
All right. An Impossible steak? No.
No.
Yeah. All right. So last little bit here. This really is a news article, but just this game that we all just kind of collectively said, "Oh, this looks neat." Is Wukong or Black Myth Wukong. A Journey to the West, action RPG. Chinese studio Game Science announces its most ambitious project yet with an impressive new trailer. This is from GameSpot.com, by the way. Game Science, the Chinese indie studio behind strategy game Art of War Red Tides, I've actually heard of that before, okay, has announced a new single-player action RPG titled Black Myth Wukong. The ambitious game is based on the Journey to the West mythology, which is like this old, big, like, Chinese folklore tale, the Journey to the West and everything, and is planned to release on PC and unspecified consoles in the future. The studio unveiled the game with a 13-minute gameplay trailer that reveals a Dark Souls influence, more like a Sekiro-influenced action-adventure, laced with Chinese martial arts and mysticism. This small slice of gameplay also showcases protagonist Wukong, the monkey king crew, and like Chinese mythos. Wukong is the like monkey spirit, monkey king, forest spirit thing. I think he actually is in the Journey to the West like folklore tale too. Anyway, there are 72 abilities in total, as reported by senior analyst Daniel Ahmed, who shared more details about the game on Twitter. The gameplay demo was created using Unreal Engine 4 and the result of 2 years of development. While it already looks mightily impressive, the footage is from a pre-alpha stage, but a short Q&A on the studio's website assures us that Black Myth shouldn't take 500 years to finish, end quote. We will release it when we are satisfied as a player, but we'll also consider marginal effects and cost effectiveness. After all, more words in the Black Myth series are also carefully planned in our dreams. There's a typo there, which threw me off. Anyway, Game science was founded in 2014 by Tencent Games employees who previously worked on an underperforming Journey to the West MMO. So far, the studio has worked on 3 small-scale mobile and PC games, so Black Myth is undoubtedly the company's most ambitious endeavor yet. In response, the studio is ramping up by hiring more developers to expand on its 40-strong staff. Hopefully, it receives additional funding and strikes up publishing deals to make its way to Western shores in the future. So, this article has, I'll throw it in the chat here, has like some screenshots as well as the trailer. So, what do you guys think? Have you all seen this?
I haven't watched all 13 minutes of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I have watched like a fair amount. I don't know, like people always are really quick to talk about Dark Souls comparisons. Yeah. I don't know if it's quite the same style because like there's a lot of enemies and just looks a little more action based, which is totally fine.
Yeah.
But it looks fantastic. I think.
Yes,
like,
it does.
The graphics.
Yeah, it does. It looks nice.
And it's cool. You don't get too many like Chinese style like background or whatever, like environments and stuff like that. Especially it's made by a Chinese team, so like that's even cooler. Like they obviously know what they're doing and part of that culture.
They obviously really, really like the mythos too, because they want like more games based around the Journey to the West stuff. So
it's cool, and you're like fighting like wolf kind of things.
Yeah,
they're kind of weird.
That transition in the beginning threw me off, like from the bug.
Yeah,
like, that was kind of cool.
I'm really like. Do we know if this is coming to like West?
Oh yeah, it will be. It probably will be.
Good. I mean, I'm sure some publisher will pick it up.
I don't think it's a Chinese exclusive.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Like, I would definitely. This looks kind of.
For pre-alpha, the game looks in pretty good shape.
Especially for a pre-alpha.
Yeah, the game looks in pretty good shape. Yeah, I don't know. This is cool. As said, you know, it's like this is pre-alpha state and whatnot, so maybe come out what we're thinking maybe late 2021, best case scenario. I'd say it's probably done another solid year of development work.
They didn't talk about what like they're building it on PC, I assume, not like PS5 or Xbox.
It looks like it'll be for the next gen consoles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good though. Yeah. It kind of took people by surprise, which I thought was fun.
Yeah, exactly. There's like a ton of buzz of people just talking about it because of how like impressive it was looking for being a pre-alpha, you know.
It's cool that games can just come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Just stun people.
Yeah. Will Journey to the West come to the West? Hopefully. Yeah, hopefully.
This boss fight looks kind of cool. It's like a werewolf, werewolf kind of thing that he's fighting. It's like destroying buildings and stuff, and oh wow, you can like summon armies for yourself.
Yeah,
that's cool. This looks really good. Like he just like pulled something out of his satchel, and like 10 guys appeared around him, and then started attacking this thing that you're fighting. This looks good. I'd definitely play this.
I feel like you see the Monkey King in like a bunch of like different games, right? But never.
Yeah, he's in League. Yeah.
League and like similar style ones.
Yeah, exactly.
Too, right?
Yeah.
Like,
the Monkey King is always referenced or like a supporting character, but like now you're the Monkey King. He's the main character here.
Yeah. Or like the games are like those like hero games, right? Where it's like they're not called the Monkey King, but it's basically that's what they model everything after.
Yeah. And the people, okay, this looks cool. So the people you previously have fought and defeated, you pick up, like if you fight a mini boss or something, you pick up their weapon and then you summon them and play as them.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, that's kind of an allusion to the Journey to the West story a little bit.
I'm not familiar with the mythos, but
it's
I mean,
that's cool.
It looks visually it looks fantastic, and the combat looks faster paced than a lot of Dark Souls, which is like
that's why I liken it more to like a Sekiro sort of thing.
Yeah.
So
or like a Neo almost.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this looks good. Looks very impressive pre-alpha. Like I would play it right now. Based off this gameplay. It's good.
All right, so just wanted to shout that game out because, you know, I don't know, let's always highlight good games here at COG. But anyway, Anthony, what games are releasing this next week?
I don't have a list.
Oh my god.
I always do this.
Very upset.
I
am livid, in case you couldn't tell.
No way.
Okay.
Couldn't tell at all. Could not tell at all.
Okay, what month are we in? We are in August.
Yes.
It is the 23rd.
Okay, let's see. So on the the next game coming out is on the 25th. I love it. So No Straight Roads is coming to PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered Edition is coming to PS4, Switch,
Android and iOS.
on August 27th.
Nice.
Just
Okay.
goes
That's a fun little game.
Yeah. Elite Squad is going to Android and iOS on August 27th. That's that Tom Clancy's game, I believe. I think it was in
Oh,
beta.
okay. Saw that at
Right.
the Ubisoft showcase.
Yeah.
Mobile
I think it was
game,
in
I think.
beta for a
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
Tell Me Why is going to PC and Xbox One on August 27th. And Surgeon Simulator 2 is going to PC on August 27th as well.
I love Surgeon
Control... Yeah, Surgeon Simulator is interesting. Control Ultimate Edition is going to Steam, PS4, and Xbox One on August 27th. And September 10th on PS4. Wait, what? Oh, that must be for like EU. Okay, sure. Windbound is coming to PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch, and also, most importantly, Stadia.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Couldn't forget about Stadia.
Yeah.
That is coming on August 28th. We also have Jump Force, which is going to Switch on August 28th as well. Madden NFL 21 is going to PC, PS4, and Xbox One on August 28th. And dang, this is a lot of stuff for August 28th. Captain Tsubasa Rise of New Champions is coming to PC, PS4, and Switch on August 28th as well.
Okay.
Wasteland 3 is coming to PC, PS4, and Xbox One on August 28th. And lastly, this is probably the biggest game for this week. Project Card 3 is coming to
Oh,
PC,
wow.
PS4,
Okay. Well, you got
Xbox
Flight
One.
Sim last week, and now next week you get Driving Sim. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
August 28th as well.
And that is it for this week and this month.
Oh, okay.
September.
Damn. All right.
Yeah.
So,
Dang.
Andrew, where can people find you on Twitter?
Yeah, you guys can find me at Duronsky, DRNSKI. I spelled that right? Yeah, I spelled it right. You can find me there, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. I've been streaming a little bit more. I try to stream like maybe like a couple every other day.
Okay.
Usually late at night, just because that works.
Nice.
Sure. All right. Anthony, where can people find you on Twitter?
I'm at SoMatman19. I don't tweet at all, but I do such social media. We're currently running a giveaway on Twitter for Shadow of War for Steam.
Nice. Okay.
It's like Middle Earth Shadow
Yeah.
of War.
That game's pretty fun.
So yeah, it is pretty fun. So that is being drawn in 2 days' time for you guys. So it's August 24th. We'll be drawing someone for that, so you still got a chance to go in and get into that one if you want to win a copy of that. So yeah. Aside from that, you can find me on like Facebook or anywhere like that, where we have like site stuff. So yeah,
Awesome.
that's me.
Okay. You can find me on Twitter at Inferius7809. That is at INFERIUS7809. And with that, I think that I mostly tweet about tech and anime stuff. I kind of keep it video game free somewhat.
Nice.
Anyway, so yeah, if you hit us up on Twitter, and if you'd like to catch a live recording on the podcast, tune in every Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on our Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/culture-of-gaming. And with that, I think we will say goodbye. See you guys next week. Thank you all so much for tuning in and listening, and be safe and play some video games.
Bye-bye.
Where's the outro? There it is.